Hello friends, welcome. In this video, we are going to see about the various topics, namely attention and its kinds, inattention, distraction, division of attention, span of attention, which comes under the cognitive development of an individual. Let's dive into the content.
Attention represents a selection or singling out of certain aspects of the observable environment to the exclusion of others, which may at the time be impinging upon sense of organs.
There are three kinds of attention, namely involuntary attention, voluntary attention, and habitual attention.
Whenever an individual pays attention without making any conscious effort on his or her part to an object or an idea, it is called involuntary attention.
Examples are attending to a sudden occurrences such as looking at the falling of a shooting star and hearing a pistol shot, etc.
Here, our intention to attention is involuntary and it is just a reflex which we cannot control.
Next, we are going to see about voluntary attention. In this kind of attention, an individual attends to a situation with a conscious effort from his or her part.
Here, the intention for attention matters the most. This type of attention is just opposite to the former type.
Some of the examples of voluntary attention are listening to an uninteresting class lecture, listening to your favorite song.
Habitual attention happens due to the certain stimuli. It is because of an interest that we have developed for some situation.
As in the case of involuntary attention, here the external conditions have nothing to do.
Example for this kind of attention is a mother always hears the cries of the baby whereas others ignore it.
Another example is a music lover always pays attention to any kind of music whereas the commoner may ignore it.
There are some specific characteristics of attention which are as follows. Attention is selective. An individual pays attention selectively to any situation or an object.
It represents a narrow field of consciousness. Attention has a shifting nature which is constantly shifting from one object to another. It is also called as fluctuation of attention.
Attention is cognitive, affective and psychomotor, which involves head, heart and hand.
Attention has a narrow range. An individual cannot attend to two unrelated objects at the same time.
Through attention, the details of object are now better.
Whenever an individual tends to pay attention to an object or an idea, various parts of the body have to be mobilized in order to attend to the aforesaid idea or an object. These are all some of the significant natures of attention.
In the sake of educational implications of attention, the knowledge of phenomenon of attention will be a tremendous help to the teacher in making his lesson interesting, and with the help of which the teacher can catch the attention of the students. Here are some of the key points which attracts of the students' attention as such.
The teacher must identify the interest of the pupils and then plan the lesson accordingly.
The teacher should give more concrete example than providing abstract ones. The teacher may use some audio-visual aids to draw the attention of the students.
Routine bores the children and kills their desire to learn. Then, the factor of novelty should be there in the lesson. The teacher must possess some pleasant personalities such as sympathy, helpful and well-groomed. Finally, the teacher should motivate the students so that their attention will be more.
Next, we are going to learn about inattention and its symptoms. Inattention can be defined as a lack of attention or a reduced attention span. Every individual is inattentive sometimes.
For some people, inattention becomes a serious condition that leads to significant problems in school or work. Some of the symptoms of inattention are an individual making mistakes in work or facing difficulty in sustaining attention during a task.
Some people seems to not listening when spoken directly and doesn't following the instructions. An individual losing important items, possessing forgetfulness, avoid or dislike activities that require long periods of concentration.
Now we are moving to the next, which is distraction. It is caused by any stimulus that does not fit in with the line of thought or purpose of the moment. It is a stimulus that attracts attention away from the things to which we want to attend.
Some of the causes of distraction are noise, unfavorable temperature, improper light arrangement, unimaginative methods of teaching, bad health, anxieties and worries.
In order to overcome distraction, here are some of the techniques which can be followed. They are creation of favorable environment, removal of distracting elements before the start of a lesson, speaking aloud and using dynamic methods including the teaching aids.
Now we shall move to the division of attention. Basically, attention to one or more objects at a time can be separated. Attending to more than one act at a time is known as division of attention.
In such situations, we will divide our attention towards more than one act. For example, a tailor will be stitching the clothes and also speaking to his customers.
Now, we shall see about the span of attention of an individual. Span of attention may be defined in terms of the quality, size or extent to which the perceptual field of an individual can be effectively organized in order to enable him to attend to a number of things in a given spell of short duration.
Many psychologists uses a device to measure the span of attention of an individual, which was named as tachistoscope. It is an instrument used to measure the span of attention of an individual, which was devised by Cattell. The falling door type tachistoscope consists of a wooden screen that has a window or hole in the middle. Digits, letters or small patterns written or printed on cards may be inserted in the apparatus for being seen through the hole or window.
The exposure is quite short, usually 1/10th of a second, which is regulated by a movable falling shutter. The subject is shown the cards through the hole for the fixed exposure time. He may then be asked to record what he has perceived and the number of digits, letters, etc. correctly reproduced may then be considered as the measure of one's span of visual attention.
The span of attention of an individual has some specific nature which are found by using the tachistoscope device. They are: the time of exposure is 1/5 to 1/10 seconds, where the span of attention of a normal person is 6 to 8 dots, digits or letters.
Perception is more for meaningful letters or words. More span of attention for familiar objects and increase in intensity and time of exposure might increase span of attention.
Practice provided in having experiences related to the perception of specific stimuli may enable the subject to gain in terms of span of attention.
If the area is more interest, there will be more span of attention. Environment, physical or psychological conditions may affect span of attention.
Hope you guys have attained a good knowledge about the attention and its kinds, inattention, distraction, division of attention and span of attention from this video.
Thanks for watching and see you all in the next video.